Hello, beautiful friends. I am so happy to see you. I wanted to ask you, what makes people resistant to programming? All right, that's really what I'm thinking about. Some of us have woken up. We're excited about waking up. We know where we stand on things like this, and we just refuse to be pushed around, whereas so many others just are not resistant to programming. So I've been thinking about that a lot. When I was little, and guys, I'm Joan of Angels. If you're new to me, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. And I like taking deep dives sometimes into the things that really interest me and are cause for problems. I am a chiropractor. I am a counselor. I'm a psychic medium. I'm an intuitive guide. I'm a speaker. And I'm a wisdom keeper as well as an angel. So there you have it. All right. So when I was growing up, my dad had a favorite saying that if 99% of the people believe that, say the background here is red, that this is red, then it's true. Even if my own eyes show me that it's blue. So truth was what 99% of the people believed. And then I continued to grow up, and we all know the stories about the elephant in the room, and there's that person naked in the street, and no one is going to admit that they have no clothes on. And so I became aware of the fact that people are afraid of telling the truth. So when I was 16, I remember having lunch with my brother and his fiance at the time, Juanita. We were in New York City, and they were talking about, I was 16, and they were talking about people being programmed. And I'll never forget, I must have said something, and my sister, who's now my sister-in-law, said, "Oh, Joan isn't as programmed as we seem to think." And I remember going, okay, I don't want to be programmed. I don't want to be programmed. Let them see the truth about me. Well, the truth about me was, of course, I was really programmed, but I had set activation points in my journey on my spiritual path of awakening, so that every few years something happened to sort of shock me out of normality. So, for example, in my early 20s, I met a spiritual teacher named John Roger, Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness, of which I'll do another deep dive on. But I moved to Los Angeles to move into the ashram. Until 4 years later, I found out that John Roger was really a fraud also. But I fell, in some way, I fell into a cult, so I was still being controlled. In another way, though, there was an opening of my eyes to the fact that there's more than meets the eye. I went on to become a chiropractor. What did I learn as a chiropractor? Well, I started to learn, and this was a really shock to me, that pharmaceuticals were not healthy, that pharmaceuticals were actually killing thousands and thousands, millions of people. If you add it up every 10 years, over millions of people are killed by the side effects of drugs, or the side effect of their hospital visits, or the side effect of whatever procedures, the cancer treatments, etc., are happening. So I began to realize that there was a huge difference between health that comes from within, meaning chiropractic care, herbal care, essential oils, homeopathics, intentionally supplementing, detoxing. There's a lot of treatments that allow your body to heal itself from the inside out. And these treatments were directly opposed in a certain way to the medical treatment, which is all about trying to fix you from the outside in. So whatever you take into your body, you need to remember your body is extremely vulnerable. It's your own temple. It's your own spaceship. Whatever you put in here can't necessarily get out. You can't necessarily extract it. So I began to wake up to the medical fallacy, let's put it that way, to the lies from the pharmaceutical companies, and then realizing, of course, that the media was supporting them. And this became true for me with things like GMO, cigarettes, tobacco, organic food, starting to really look into how superfoods can help heal your body. So I want to fast forward to a couple of years ago when I just woke up and just realized that whatever we were being fed was BS. And that BS was about the disease. It was about, I knew instantly that the purpose of that disease was to force mass vaccinate all of us. I knew that instantly. So what is it that I was able to know and millions of other people are not? That's what I saw on Twitter. What makes some people more resistant to programming than others? My first theory that I want to talk about is a combo theory. It's a combination of food and the media, etc. So the food that people are eating, the food that our food suppliers are pushing are dangerous foods. They contain 17, 20 different ingredients that are nothing but toxins that are put in there to numb you, to make you sick, to change your hormones, to, if you're a man, turn you more feminine. If you're feminine, it's just going to defeminize you. Why? Because there's an agenda out there of population control. So the first thing I'm going to say is look to the foods that you're eating, because some of them literally can shut off your thinking. Fluoride in the water, for example, is known to lower IQ and intelligence. And so part of what is going on is they want you not questioning. They don't want you to question. And in a way, they're trying to cull the society to get rid of all the questioners. What other things, and I'm scrolling through Twitter to get their answers, but one person says suffering. So they woke up because of the suffering. So I could say one thing that wakes people up is suffering. And so the current epidemic of people just dying on the streets will wake people up slowly, because the media is not talking about it. So the biggest method of control here is the media, supported by, of course, government officials and health officials that are known to lie, that are known to, in their meetings, say, well, we hope that this will help you. And then, of course, they tell the population that if you need to take it, you will be helped. So other people who don't fall for programming are those who have been raised on a farm, raised self-reliant, raised around guns, raised around independence, learning to thrive on your own on this planet, as opposed to living in the cities. People who are independent, who take care of themselves, they have a tendency to be more self-reliant and continue to question. More people are becoming aware of the programming that's out there and of other programs that are seeking to shut off your critical thinking. They don't teach critical thinking. Some of what's being taught in schools today really wants you just to have rote memory and not think about things. So how can you make decisions? How can you look at things that are confusing, and maybe one party is telling you do this, this, and this, and this? There's a little part of you that says, well, I don't know, but because the crowd or the media is pushing one way of thinking, that's your preferred outcome. So I'm sharing this because I think it's time for all of us to take a deep dive. Are you a questioner? What made you a questioner? And what are you questioning about? And how does this make you different? How does this make you feel, knowing that you are awake in a planet where many people aren't? So I'm very, very proud of you for remembering who you are, for really standing true. And that is the work I do, guys. I am an intuitive. I do sessions for people to help you remember who you are, to help you see clearly what you're doing. So if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments, you want to make any suggestions on any further shows, I'd love to listen to you. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and we will see you soon. Thank you for being part of the awakening crowd. I'll see you on the other side. I've always helped people remember who they are and feel into their power, feel into what their gifts and their skills are. I've really helped people let go of what no longer serves them and transform that into fuel for their mastery, for them to shift their life into the positive. The magic happens when you can hear your heart sing. Literally hear your heart sing. I just want you to know you were born for this, that you have everything you need to really do you this lifetime. So let's get started. Let's make magic.